Just finished watching Deadpool and Wolverine, and I gotta say, it's a good movie. It made me laugh a couple of times, and considering I'm not the biggest fan of superhero movies, that was the main objective when I decided to watch it. The last superhero movie I watched in the cinema were The Eternals, and I actually walked out on that one. It wasn't that bad, but it was too damn long. I'm not as young as I used to be. And the second to last superhero movie I watched in the cinema was The Endgame. I actually fell asleep on that one. I didn't have the luxury to leave because the people I was with wanted to watch it. And again, not a bad movie. I was just a very sleepy boy that day. So this movie already has a good thing about it. I watched it till the end. The movie starts great with him doing the famous NSYNC dance after digging out Wolverine's bones. Good intro, I would say. Like, here's me, a little bit crazy but with good dance moves, so it's all good in the hood. I think the reason he got rejected from joining the Avengers was his face. The main thing about being an Avenger is being presentable, and you can't be presentable with a burnt face. Sorry to all the people that may have a burnt face, but I'm just being honest. Don't show up in my dreams, please. Deadpool's squad seemed like extras in this movie. They weren't important, like at all. Yeah, sure, he carried a photo of them in his pocket while saying I do this for them, but the only character that had some lines in the movie was Blind Al, and it was just her talking about the great white powder. I like the first villain we met, Tom from Succession. He really changed the core of the company. I like the montage of Wade looking for another Wolverine in different universes. Like this scene for an example was great. It looked like he found the Wolverine and then it turns out it's a very tiny Wolverine. Very funny. I can't understand why they kept calling the Logan he found the one with the worst fate. He literally found the Wolverine nailed to an X while being surrounded by skulls. That has got to be the worst fate. I would even argue that the high deficiency Logan got the worse fate than the one that got drunk and let his buddies die. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not like you killed him. Lots of cameos in this movie. I always liked that kind of stuff. And if I was a popular actor like Henry Cavill, I would love doing random cameos. Getting paid a lot of money for 8 hours of work. Yeah, apparently he held that cigar in his mouth for 8 hours. For literally 20 seconds of screen time. I feel bad for Cillian Murphy in Peaky Blinders. The fight scenes were great, like usually in Deadpool movies. My favorite one was when Deadpool and Wolfie guy fought at the trash place. Very nice skills from both fighters. Another cameo, this time it's Captain Oh, it's Johnny Sins. I thought some of the jokes were kind of forced, but some were pretty funny. Like the one where Deadpool holds up Sabretooth's head and calls it Furiosa's head. Again, very funny. I like the second villain also. Cassandra Nova was, doing her job pretty good. Not Tom from Succession good, but still pretty good. I've always liked bold women. They scream confidence. And I gotta say, her head fingering technique is top level. Imagine what she would do without the crowd. This long-haired, fruity feminist Deadpool looks like he should be one of the elves in Lord of the Rings trilogy. The soundtrack in this movie was amazing. I always say, great soundtrack could make or break a movie. There was some great acting and emotional scenes. Ironically, to me the most emotional scene was the one in a Honda Odyssey. Hugh Jackman mastered his craft of acting in a car.
To have a good night's rest!
Not only that, but it was a spot for another iconic fight between these two fuckers. So what did we learn after all that? Honda Odyssey is a fucking tank of a car. Then we got more surprises with Elektra, Gambit and Blade making an appearance. First of all, I did not expect to see Blade in here. He still looks cool. And Channing Tatum's Gambit was perfect. He was the funniest character. And that was obviously the main goal. And thank God I had subtitles because the minions did a bad job with the vocal coaching. I'm glad Channing got the role considering he wanted it for so long. Now he can go back to making 23 Jump Street. Please. Again, I don't think this Wolverine had it that bad. They made a whole deal about it. He got drunk while his buddies got killed. So what? This fucking guy is nailed to an X. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk was behind this. He always had a thing for killing animals. This fingering should have brought him more trauma than anything else. Not to me though. Call me Cassandra. Hugh Jackman is too good of an actor to be playing Wolverine, man. Knowing Tom from Succession, he liked this. He's always been a freaky guy. The final part of the movie was chaotic, as it should be. Legolas's brother got killed because for some reason he's the only Deadpool that doesn't regenerate. Wolverine let out his frustration and killed all of the other Deadpools, with one of them being Matthew McConaughey. I'm not tripping, right? That was him. It was. Cowboy Deadpool, of course. They regenerate, but the shared love for Peter stopped the fighting. I'm starting to think that Peter is the real Marvel Jesus. The ending was pretty good, I would say. It included everything, from emotional connection between the two main characters, saved by the bell moment, Hugh Jackman's great body, great songs, and most importantly, Tom got arrested. Kendall can now sleep in peace. Deadpool also got the dog and the girl. Everything's perfect. All in all, the movie didn't have the greatest plot in the world, but it was fun. The jokes sometimes seem forced, but I laughed quite a bit at some parts. If you watch this movie without any hopes of a great storyline and just watching it to have a great time, you'll enjoy it. It's an excellent movie for that. Hugh Jackman was perfect though. Love that guy.